Hi, good evening, people. Welcome to Quest Group News Radio. I'm your host, Mr. D Quest. Now, please, people, as you come in the building, make sure you hit that like button, share button, and subscribe button. We appreciate that, folks. Now, you know how we do, people. Here, we like to cover different cases. We go around the web and, we just cover different cases, and we like to discuss on these different cases. We do our own little discussion here, our own little way, because we have our own little vibe. So right now we came across the Kelsey Berreth case out of Colorado. So we're gonna cover that real quick and see if we can have our own little discussion here on this channel with us. All right, now we all know about the Kelsey Berreth case. All right, for those of you, I'm sure y'all been following this case for a long time, especially since it happened around last Thanksgiving when she went missing last Thanksgiving. Okay. Now, we all know that she was murdered and her body hasn't been found yet. I think maybe DNA, but not her body. All right, and we all know that the suspect was arrested, which was her husband. Okay, so let me just kind of glance through the case with y'all real quick for those who really don't know about it. And then after that, we're going to do our little discussion about it the way we do. Then we're going to run some questions and comments and answer those, and then we'll sign out. All right, so here we go. For those who don't know, Kelsey Berreth, the 29-year-old mother that vanished on Thanksgiving Day and was last seen on security footage at a supermarket with her toddler in May, has finally got, and her toddler on Thanksgiving Day has finally got justice. Okay, according to testimony at a preliminary hearing, the fiance of missing Colorado mother Kelsey Berreth killed her by wrapping a sweater around her head and bashing her with a baseball bat, and later burnt her body in a water trough. Now, on Tuesday, nearly 3 months after Berreth went missing, prosecutor filed new charges against Patrick Farizzi, who's the fiance, including with charges including tampering with a body and counts related to a crime of violence. He was arrested in December on murder charges and is being held without bond. Okay, now, Colorado Bureau of Investigations agent Greg Slater then testified about his interview with Idaho nurse Crystal Lee Kinney, who told investigators she had an intimate relationship with the defendant in early 2018. Plus, she provided details about the Thanksgiving Day killing, okay, including the weapon that was used with a bat and everything else. Now, Crystal Lee Kinney pleaded guilty to evidence tampering on February 8th, okay? And like I said, we all know that that Berreth, 29, had vanished on Thanksgiving Day. So it took a while, folks. It took a while for this to come to fruition, but it finally did. Now, that's the basic logistics of it, okay? As y'all already know, Kelsey was killed, okay, and her boyfriend was arrested. Now, this is how it went. Kelsey has a daughter, right? They share a daughter. So it was Thanksgiving Day. Kelsey and her daughter, they was at the supermarket. Now it was Thanksgiving. Now Kelsey had plans to do her own thing. So I guess she was supposed to hook up with her ex Patrick to trade off the daughter because they share the kid. They're the parents of the kid. So Patrick lives at his mom's house on a farm somewhere. He's like some rodeo dude. He's on a farm. He raises the animals. And Kelsey, she works at like an airport or something like that. She works out of town, like at a traffic control spot, and she works out of town. So on her days off, she travels an hour or two a day just to get to work. So on her days off, she want to relax. So it's Thanksgiving, right? She had plans to, just kind of kick back and chill. Nothing major, but so anyway, she was gonna drop her daughter off somewhere with Patrick. So her and her daughter is last seen at the supermarket getting one or two last things for Thanksgiving, and then after that, she supposedly met up with Patrick and dropped off the baby and then supposedly vanished after that. But as we all know, due to surveillance videos and witness statements, Patrick wound up going to the house, right? And I guess some type of argument broke out. Now, his mistress, okay, she already said, his mistress' name is Crystal Lee. She already said that their relationship, Patrick and Kelsey's relationship, was rocky. So from my understanding, Patrick and Kelsey got into an argument. Things went south. He killed her, right? And then he took her phone and gave it to his mistress, Crystal Lee. Now this happened in Colorado. He took her phone, gave it to his mistress, Crystal Lee, who he had come down to help dispose of things. He gave her Kelsey's phone to take back to Idaho, because Kelsey's originally from that area, from the Idaho area. So his plan was to give his mistress Kelsey's phone, to drop that phone back to Idaho. That way the phone pings in Idaho, which will make police think that Kelsey just went back home to Idaho, that she just packed up and left Patrick, left her daughter behind, and moved back home, or went home and something happened while she was at home in Idaho. Okay, so that was kind of slick on his part, actually, let the phone ping out there. But my thing is, what's up with the mistress, dude? What's up with Crystal? Now, if y'all don't know Crystal lives somewhere out over there, and she's a nurse, plus she's got kids. Now, her and Patrick's been together since, 2017, 2018, so she already knows this dude. She's been a mistress for a long time. That's a long time to be the mistress, right? Now, they live hundreds of miles apart, so she already know she doesn't want to be serious with the dude. Because if she wanted to be serious with Patrick, she would have moved close to Patrick, or he would have moved close to her. So I guess they enjoyed that little relationship, that little distance relationship that they had. All right. But my thing is with her is, she said that on numerous occasions that he wanted her to kill his wife, to kill his fiance, Kelsey. That way he could get custody of the baby or whatever. He just didn't want to be with Kelsey no more. So Crystal Lee knew this the whole time and never told authorities, folks. She never, not one time, said, yo, this dude is a nut. Let me stop hanging around this dude. It's like, yo, where do they find these chicks at, man? That chick is a loyal chick. If she's willing to listen to you talk about, yo, help me murder my wife, whatever, and she still stay loyal, like, she must be just as dumb as he is, you know what I mean? Whatever dudes, whatever people she helped set up, you know? Now, the details is a little bit gory. She said that he told her about what happened, because I guess he told her, come over, I did something bad, come over to the house. So Crystal came over to the house, and he told her what happened to Kelsey, what he did to Kelsey. And from her descriptions, it was gruesome, you know what I mean? I don't want to wish that type of death on my worst enemy. So anyway, I'm not going to rehash that here, because you know how we do, people. I don't have to get into the gory details. We got these people, family members, that's probably viewing this case. So I don't need to get down like that. They know the gory details. You know what I mean? But let's carry on. Now, another thing is, Patrick lives at home with Mama. Kelsey owns her own townhouse in town. They both live in Colorado, right? Kelsey owns her own townhouse. She drove 2 hours to work. Okay? She had full custody of the baby. While Patrick was a mama's boy, still living at home. Okay, he took care of the farm animals, but he pretty much was like going on rodeos and stuff like that. He was living his life the way he wanted to. So what was the reason for getting rid of her like that? That didn't make sense. You already had what you wanted. You had custody of the kid. You had a mistress. You still was able to live at home with Mama. Take care of the farm. All right. You still was able to travel on a rodeo. Now, you know how those rodeo travelers are, folks. It's like the circus. Everybody get together. It's a different world. You know what I mean? They got their own little fraternity out there when they on tour, on the road. So he was having his little fun when they had to travel around the circuit. So he was living a life. So I don't understand, why he had to take it this far. And I don't understand why his mistress even decided to help him clean up and dispose of the phone and put herself in that position. She got kids, man. I mean, I'm sure a lot of killers look for ladies with that mentality, but I'm cool. I wouldn't want my son messing with nobody like that, because she may find herself a boyfriend that manipulates her to kill your kid for the life insurance policy. You know what I mean? So yeah, everybody wants a manipulative spouse, until you realize that your spouse can be manipulated by somebody else to then manipulate you into something that you don't want to be into, you know. So anyway, that's now I could dive in more people, you know. I mean, some videos I got is like 25 minutes, you know, and I really don't want to jump in. We may cover this case a little bit more, you know, but I just wanted to give my quick thoughts about it on this case real quick, you know, since everybody else had. Now let me do one or two quick questions that people had messaged me on Facebook Messenger. I'm going to just run through one or two quick questions, then we're going to get up out of here. Okay, here we go. High Quest, Crystal Lee deserves 50 years in jail for her role. Yeah, no doubt, folks. She definitely deserves something. Now, let's look at it like a two-part. Yeah, I definitely wish she get 50 years too, but let's be real, folks. They need her testimony. Bottom line, who you want? The dumb chick that just helped out or the dude that actually did the deed? And the deed was so horrible that which one do you really want to crucify the most? So I understand why they gave Crystal the deal they gave her. But usually when you make a deal like that, the prosecutor will agree to a deal. But if you lie to them that one time, just that one time, and they catch you in that lie, then that deal is revoked. So, you know, with her sake, hopefully she's telling the truth. You know, and for our sake, hopefully she's not. That way, the deal gets revoked after he's found guilty, and then we can retry her and give her 50 years. You know, so that's it is what that is. But yeah, shout out to the suspect. Shout out to Patrick for giving the phone to Crystal. And I know people be like, you bugging, you shouting out the suspect. Nah, he was dumb enough to give the phone to Crystal, who took the phone and got caught. So if it wasn't for her, if it wasn't for Patrick giving Crystal the phone, then Patrick wouldn't have got caught. Okay, bottom line. So shout out to Patrick for giving the phone to Crystal, which eventually got the Crystal caught up, which eventually got Patrick caught up. Okay, and also shout out to Crystal because, yeah, she was dumb enough to ping the phone not too far from where she lives. Now, it's not like she lives in Colorado and she took the phone to Idaho, let it ping, and left the phone there and went back to Colorado. No, she already lived that way. So she took the phone and went back to her destination near her neck of the woods. Not saying she lived right there, but in her neck of the woods. So once police did cross-reference, does he know anybody that live out there, they go Crystal Lee name. Oh yeah, Crystal lives out there in those neck of the woods. So now we going to have to talk to Crystal. You know what I mean? So shout out to her for being a big dummy as well. You know what I mean? I only feel sorry for her kids, folks. That's all, you know, for her family, because, you know, none of them asked for this, man. None of them asked for this. But anyway, that's our show for the day. As y'all know, rest in peace to Kelsey. Condolences to her friends and family. You know what I mean? And I just want y'all people to stay safe. And please, people, if your boyfriend or somebody, your spouse, asks you to do some cover-up or asks you to help kill somebody, just go straight to the authorities, man. Jot that down and go straight to the authorities. Okay? Or at least just stay out of it, man. Now, if they ask you 2 or 3 times, yeah, then go to the authorities. Have them start tracking this dude, monitoring his activities. Because if you don't do it, he may find somebody else that will. So anyway, that's the message for the day. So please make sure you hit that like button, share button, subscribe button. We got plenty more videos similar to this that's coming up soon. And we already got some videos uploaded. But definitely, that's our story for the day. Be careful out there, people. Much love.